Hey guys, so my name is Arman Hovsepian and this is Skye and we are here to tell you that we are both student workers at Los Angeles City College and we work at the Welcome Center and Outreach and Recruitment. And in this video we're going to show you guys how to complete the LACC application all step by step.
Yes, we're going to walk you through both applications, the OpenCCC application and the LACC application. For the OpenCCC one, we're going to show you how to create an account and go through every question. And for the LACC one, we're going to go through every single question very thoroughly, very clearly, very slowly so you guys can understand it. And a lot of people don't know that there are actually two separate applications. So we're going to go through both of them. And yeah, hopefully it's going to be nice and easy for you guys. And by the end of it, you guys are going to be official LACC Cubs.
So we are going to start the application. First off, we're going to start with the OpenCCC application, which is the first step in the process. So if you're just starting out, you are in the right place. So what you're going to want to do first is go to your browser of choice. My favorite is Google Chrome. I think it works the best. And then what you're going to type in the search bar is laccitycollege.edu. And it's going to take you to the LACC homepage, which looks like this. Then you're going to go to the top right-hand corner and you're going to press Apply to LACC. It's going to take you to the Los Angeles Community College District page, and you're going to scroll all the way down. And then you're going to click on Click Here for College Application. Now, I'm going to make a note of something. Do not click the non-credit application, which is this one here, unless you want to take non-credit courses. Non-credit courses means that you will not be able to transfer with these credits, because you won't get them, if that makes sense. So if you do want the non-credit application, however, you can click this one. However, most of you guys will be wanting to click the college application one, which is the first one. So that's where you're going to get all your grades and all your credits and everything like that. So click on that one for me. And then you're going to go to the page where it's the California Community Colleges sign-in page, or the OpenCCC sign-in page. So if you have a username and a password, an account already, you can just go ahead and sign right in. But most of you guys will need to create a new account, which is this little button here in the middle of the screen. So click that one. And it's going to take you to this page, and just go to the bottom left corner and it'll say begin creating my account. Just click on that. And then it's going to take you to the personal information page where you input all your personal details. So step by step, first question is your first name. So just put your first name. For the sake of this video, we're just going to make up someone's contact details. So this is not a real person that any of us know of. So I'm just going to put John, middle name Dave, and last name Smith. Pretty standard. So you're going to put your first name, your middle name, and your last name. If you have a suffix, please put it in, like junior or senior, or the first, the second, the third, the fourth, that sort of stuff. If you have a previous last name or a previous name in general, such as a maiden name, click yes. If you do not, click no. If you have a preferred name that is different than your legal or previous name, you can click yes. If not, click no. Then your date of birth. So you're going to put in your month, your day, and your year of birth. So we're just going to, again, it's an imaginary person, so I'm just going to put January 1st, 1990. Pretty standard. And then you're going to confirm that date of birth. So put the exact same date in the second column. Then, if we scroll down a bit, it's going to ask for your social security number. So it's going to ask you, do you have a social security number or a taxpayer identification number? If you do have a social or a tax ID number, click yes. If you do not, click no. And for the purposes of this video, since we can't, make up a social, I'm just going to click no. So if you are enrolled exclusively in non-credit courses, if you are an undocumented student, an international student, a non-resident alien, or if you have another exception and you don't have a social or a tax ID number, click this box right here. And for the purpose of this video, since we're not providing a social, I'm just going to click it. Then you're going to click continue. Then it's going to ask your contact information. The first one that it's going to ask is your email address. So we're just going to make up an email address. So I'm just going to put in John Smith Dave with 2 E's 234 at gmail.com. And again, this is an imaginary email address that we just made up. So then you're going to repeat that email address. So put your own personal email address in, and then you're going to repeat it on the bottom line. Make sure that they both match, and then we can keep on going. Then you're going to put in your main telephone number. And for the purpose of this video, again, it's just going to be a made up one. So we're going to just put 323 100 1234. If you have a second telephone number, please put that in as well underneath. Now it's going to ask you for your permanent address. If your permanent address is outside of the United States, click this box right here. If you have no permanent address, click this box right here, the second one. Then you're just going to have to put in your address. So if none of those apply to you, those top options, please put in your address. So for the purpose of this video, we're just going to put in LACC's address, but you should put in your own personal address. This is very important. So you're going to put in your street address, your apartment number if you have one, and your city, your state, and your zip code. And we're just going to click continue again. Now it's going to ask your security and your credentials. Now, you're going to create a username and a password. So your username, it has to be a minimum of 6 characters with letters, numbers, and special characters. Okay, so we're just going to put one in. I'm going to make it up right on the spot. Dave John 67. And you're going to enter a password. Your password needs to be 7 to 20 characters long, must include letters and at least 1 number. So just put that in. And you should repeat your password as well. So I'm just going to repeat it. Whatever you put in the first password box, please put it in again. Now, make sure you write it down. This is very, very important. We always get students who forget their details, and we have to go through a password reset process, which is very time consuming. It takes up to 24 hours. And, you know, it could even take longer if it's at the end of the day or, you know. So it's very important that you just write it down, keep it with you, keep it in your phone, on your notes, something like that, so that you always have it with you. So, and please do not share your account with others, family members as well, because it's your personal information, and, you know, you don't want anyone else logging in as you and using your identity. So next it's going to ask for your security PIN. Now it's going to just be a 4-digit personal ID number for your account. So you can put whatever 4 characters you want. Make sure that you repeat it and that they match as well. Very important. The next thing that you're going to have to do is answer some security questions, or create some, I should say. So your first security question, you can choose from any of these questions in the drop-down menu. The one that we're just going to put is, where did your parents meet? And we're just going to put Los Angeles. Now, if you choose this question, please put where your parents actually did meet. Now, second security question, you can choose any from the drop-down menu. There's quite a few. We're just going to put the first one, what was the make and model of your first car? And we're just going to say it was a Honda Civic. Now, Please, if you do choose this question, please put the answer as your first car, what the make and model was. And for the third security question, we can choose any from this drop-down menu again. And we're just going to put what was the name of your first pet. And you're going to put the name of your first pet if you do choose this question. And that's actually the name of my cat. So, you know, this question I did answer truthfully. Then you're going to click this little captcha right down here. I am not a robot. Click that because you're not a robot. Now it's going to come up with something like this. So this is saying select all images with crosswalks. So that's what you're going to do. You're just going to select all of the images that apply, but it could say anything, you know, it could say select all the images with trees, select all the images with stop signs, select all the images with cars. So you just do whatever is relevant and you click verify at the bottom right. And then once it has the green tick, you go to create my account, which is at the bottom, and you click it. And there you go. Your account has been created. So it's going to come up with your CCC ID. You can write this down. You're not going to use it very often, but it is just good to keep a record of it. So just write it down and we are going to continue with the application. I'm going to pass it on to Armand.
Hey guys, so Armand is here now and just want to say thank you to Skye for completing the first part of the OpenCCC application. And now we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm just going to go ahead and start by clicking on continue.
So something to note as well, I'm just going to come in really quickly. Something to note is that it's saying on the screen after you click, you know, continue, it's going to say you have no advisor cards at this time. Now, don't get freaked out. This is completely normal, okay? This is your homepage. So this is, you know, what you're going to see when you sign into your OpenCCC account or your California Community Colleges account. To get to the right page, we're going to have to just log out and log back in because you should see 3 boxes with, you know, step 1, step 2, and step 3. So we're just going to have to sign out and sign right back in, and we're going to show you how to do that as well.
So once you log into your account, you might see a blank page, which means you might not see where it says step 1, step 2, and step 3. But if you do log out of your account and log back in with the username and password you just created when you were creating OpenCCC account, the 3 boxes will come up. So to log out, at the top right corner, you're going to have to go to your name, where mine says John, so yours will say your name. But if you click on the top right corner name, and you can just go ahead and sign out of your account. After you do sign out, you're going to have to log back in using your username and your created password for your own personal account. Now, to get started, where it says step 2, number 3 says apply now. I'm just going to go ahead and click on apply now. And now where it says step 3, I'm going to have to go ahead and click on apply now one more time. After you click on apply now, where it will take you to a different page where it will say start a new application. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on start a new application, and we're going to have to go ahead and start our session. Now, where it says college application, first will be enrollment. Now, where it says term applying for, when you click on select, you're going to have to go ahead and choose either fall 2020, which starts from August 31st and ends December 28th. Or you can go ahead and click on winter and spring 21. For time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and click on winter and spring 2021. Now, educational goal. Where it says select, I'm going to have to go ahead and click on select, and for time's sake, again, I'm just going to have to go ahead and click any of this. But of course, you can go ahead and either click on transfer to a 4-year or obtain a 2-year. And also, you can go ahead and click on educational development or maintain certificate or license. For time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and click on transfer to a 4-year institution without an associate degree. But of course, again, you're going to have to go ahead and click on which applies to you. Now, where it says major category, I'm going to have to go ahead and click on the major category. Again, for time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and click on health science, but for your major category, you can just go ahead and click on any of the options that are available. Now, intended of major or program of study. When I click on select, I'm going to have to go ahead and click on any of the following that are available that is for my major, and I'm going to go ahead and click on registered nursing associate in science. But of course, you can pick any of the options that are available for your major or program of study. And then I'm going to have to go ahead and click on continue. Now, where it says current mailing address, there are two options at the top where it says my mailing address is the same as the permanent address in my OpenCCC account above, which means whichever you provided on your OpenCCC application, that's your current mailing address. But of course, if your mailing address is outside the United States, you're going to have to click on the second box. And now, since for time's sake, to save some time, I'm going to have to go ahead and click on the first one where it says my mailing address is the same as the permanent address in my OpenCCC account. And then I'm going to have to go ahead and click on save, and then scroll down one more time and click on continue. Now, college enrollment status. As of January 03, 2021, I will have the following college enrollment status, and when I click on the options, it's either these three. Either first-time student in college, first time at this college, or returning student to this college. For time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and click on first-time student in college after leaving high school. And then high school education. High school education, when you click on the select enrollment status, you will see a bunch of options that will come up, and you're going to have to choose your high school education status, which is either receive the high school diploma from the US or any of the following options that are available. For time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and click on received high school diploma from US high school. Now, high school completion date. You're going to have to click and choose month, day, and year of your high school completion date, which means whenever you completed high school, please choose the month, day, and year. For time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and click on May, choose the day 31st, and the year 2019. Now, it's asking, did you receive your diploma, GED, or certificate in California? It's either yes or no, and for the sake of the video, I'm going to have to go ahead and click on no. And now, have you attended high school in California for 3 or more years? If you have, you're going to have to click yes, but if you haven't, of course, choose no. And again, for the sake of the video, I'm going to have to leave it as no. And last high school attended. There are 4 options available. If the one that applies to you, please click on it. I'm going to have to go ahead and click on I attended high school. But if the other option that applies to you, for example, number 3 that says I was independently homeschooled, you're going to have to go ahead and click on the third one. Or the fourth one that says I did not attend high school and was not homeschooled. So after I clicked on I attended high school, I'm going to have to choose the country, which is already chosen, which is United States of America, and the state that I attended my high school is in California. And then I'm going to have to go ahead and enter the name or the city of my high school. And my high school was John Marshall Senior High, Los Angeles. And then the city is Los Angeles, and I'm going to have to scroll down, and over here it's asking for high school transcript information. Now, it's asking, what was your unweighted high school GPA, grade point average? Please enter a value between 0.00 and 4.00. For the time's sake, I'm going to have to go ahead and click on 4.00, but of course you're going to have to put in your high school GPA, and after that, you're going to have to scroll down to the second one, and it's asking what was the highest English course you completed in high school, and you're going to have to click on select, and if you completed like a 12th grade advanced placement AP English, or you completed 11th grade advanced placement AP English, or you completed 10th grade or lower. So for the time's sake, I'm going to have to go ahead and click on 12th grade advanced placement, and of course you're going to have to choose any of the other options that applies to you. And it's asking what grade did you receive. So it's going to ask you what grade you received in the English class. So when you click on select, you're either going to choose any of the grades that are available. And now it's asking what was the highest math course. you completed in high school. Now, if you click on select, you're going to have to choose any of the options of the math that are available that you completed in high school. And I'm going to have to go ahead and click on Algebra 2, but of course, you're going to have to choose any of the other math options that are available to you and that applies to you. After that, I'm going to have to go ahead and click and choose a grade. And then I'm going to have to go ahead and click on save and then scroll down one more time and press continue. Okay, perfect. So now it's asking for citizenship and immigration. And to select our status, we're going to have to click right here and we're going to have to choose any of the options that are available to us. And I'm just going to go ahead and click on US citizen, but of course you can go ahead and click on any other options that are available and that applies to you. Like for example, permanent resident or refugee or student visa or US citizen or other. Now, US military or / dependent of military. Now I'm going to have to go ahead and click on select status and choose the military status that is as of January 03, 2021. And for the time sake of the video, I'm going to have to go ahead and click on not apply to me. But of course, if any of those options that are listed applies to you, please click on them. And now I'm going to have to go ahead and click on save and scroll down again and click on continue. Okay, California residents. Have you lived in California continuously since January 03, 2019? If you have, you're going to have to please click on yes. But if you haven't, you're going to have to click on no. Now I will scroll down where it says outside of state activities. And now remember, if you want to qualify for financial aid, make sure you do not put that you had out of state activity unless you actually did, because it will affect your financial aid eligibility and your tuition costs. Basically, if you're a California resident and have lived in California, you will get maximum financial aid and reduced costs. But of course, if any of them applies to you, please go ahead and choose the right option. Now I will go into the last part where it says special residency categories. Have you ever been in court-ordered foster care? I'm going to have to go ahead and click on no. But of course, if you would like to know what court-ordered foster care stands for, if you click on the name of that in the line where it says court-ordered foster care, the introduction will come on the right corner. And if you want to learn more about court-ordered foster care, if you read this through, you will know whether to put yes or no. Now I will go ahead and click on save, and I'm going to have to go ahead and scroll all the way down and click on continue. Now, main language. Are you comfortable reading and writing in English? You're going to have to choose either yes or no. I'm going to choose yes. And financial assistance. Are you interested in receiving information about money for college, as in like financial aid and any that applies through the college for you to receive money? And if you are, please choose yes, and if you are not, please click on no. Are you receiving TANF/CalWORKS, SSI, or general assistance? If you are, please choose yes, and if you have not, please click on no. Now, athletic interest. If you are interested in participating in a sport while attending college, please click yes, you are. And if you are not, you're going to have to click on no, I am not interested in participating in a sport. And but also remember, if you are interested, you can take intramural or club sports, but not in playing or on an inter-colleague team. So if you are, you're going to have to click on the middle one that says yes, but if you are not, again, you're going to have to click on no. And I'm just going to click on no for the time purposes. And over here, it's asking for programs and services. And now you're going to have to check each programs and services in which you are interested. And remember, not all college campuses offer every program and service listed. And over here, there are many programs. And the one that I would prefer to choose, I would choose EOP&S, which stands for Extended Opportunity Programs and Services, which is basically a program where they offer you available counseling and also available amount of money where you can purchase books from the LACC bookstore and also receive extra money to buy supplies from the bookstore and also from the cup store, which is the student store. And I'm gonna have to go ahead and click on save and then scroll all the way down and click on continue. Now, over here it's gonna ask for our gender/transgender. Over here it's asking for gender, so I'm just gonna have to go ahead and click on select gender, and I'm gonna have to click on male, but you're gonna have to click on any of the other options that applies to you. And on the right side it says, do you consider yourself a transgender? Where it says select transgender response, you're gonna have to click here and click on either yes, no, decline to stay. I'm going to click on no, and then over here it's asking for a sexual orientation, and where it says please indicate your sexual orientation, please go ahead and select, and you either can choose any of the options that are listed. I'm going to have to go ahead and click on straight and scroll down. Now, parent/guardian educational levels. And now it's asking for, regardless of your age, please indicate the educational levels of the parents and or guardians who raised you. Now you're going to have to choose parent or guardian 1 and parent or guardian 2. When you click on select educational level, you're going to have to choose any that applies to your parents. And for the purpose of the video, I'm going to have to go ahead and click on high school graduate, diploma, GED, or equivalent. And then for parent or guardian 2, I'm going to have to go ahead and click on the same thing. And of course, if your parent or guardian, both of your parents did not complete the same levels, you're going to have to choose again and choose a different one. For example, you can choose some college credit, no degree, or some high school, did not graduate, or unknown. And then it's asking race/ethnicity. Now, it's asking, are you Hispanic or Latino? If you are, you're going to have to click on where it says yes, but if you haven't, you're going to have to click on no, of course. And over here it's asking, check all of the ethnicity nations and ancestry groups that you identify with. And I'm going to go ahead and click on white and choose Armenian. Now I'm going to have to go ahead and click on save and scroll down again and click on continue. Now, over here, these are the colleges that are listed that are in the LACCD, which stands for Los Angeles Community College District. And we have 9 sister colleges. And over here, it's asking for our assessment information, and which means in the past 2 years, have you completed both an English and math assessment at the California Community College? Please choose your answer, either a yes or a no. And for the purpose, I'm going to just choose no. And B is asking, have you completed both an English and math course at a regionally accredited college/university? Please go ahead and choose your answer. And if you have, please state the month, day, and year. Number 2, it's asking for gender again. So when you click on select, you're going to have to choose male or female. Number 3, primary language. Enter your primary language. So mine is already chosen as English, but if you click on the selecting options, you can choose any of the languages that is your primary language. And 4, student military status. What is your U.S. military status as of the first day of the term? When you click on select, you can choose any of the options that are available. And I'm just going to go ahead and click on I have never served in the military. And number 5 is student military dependent status. What is your U.S. military dependent status as of the first day of the term? And I'm going to have to go ahead and click on I'm not a military dependent. But of course, if you are, you're going to have to go ahead and choose any of the options that are available. Or if your parent or guardian or spouse is currently on active duty, or is a veteran, or a member of the active reserve, or the member of the National Guard. Okay, now number 6, where it's asking for a permission to release types of student information. Please go ahead and read this introduction to go ahead and permit the college to release directory information, or if you do not want the college to release directory information, please choose the option that says I do not permit the college to release directory information, or I do not permit the release of my information to college, foundation, or any of the other options that are available. And I'm just going to go ahead and click on the first one where it says, I do not permit the college to release directory information. And number 7 is campus emergency alert notification. Please enter your cell phone number. And for the purpose of the video, I'm going to have to go ahead and type in the LACC's phone number. But of course, you're going to have to type in your personal phone number that you always use and that you have it with you, and that's like your phone. So you can always get handle it and use it for, of course, emergency alert notification from the campus. So I'm going to have to go ahead and type 323-953-4000. Again, please remember to type in your personal phone number and not the one that I just typed, because this is just a made up one. That is the LACC's personal phone number for the campus. And yeah. Now, in case of an emergency, who can we contact on your behalf? Do not list yourself. Again, I repeat, do not list yourself. So you're gonna have to list someone that you absolutely trust and that you would want them to come and help you when you are, of course, in an emergency. So you're gonna have to go ahead and list their contact name, first name and last name, contact's phone number, and their relationship towards you. So I'm gonna just like go ahead and create like a different name for John Smith's sister, and the name will be, I guess, Rosita, and the last name will be Smith, of course, because she is John Smith's sister, right? So for the contact phone number, I'm gonna go ahead and type in LACC's phone number, but please remember, you're gonna have to type in the contact information phone number. For example, if you type in your neighbor's name and last name, you're gonna have to use their phone number. Do not use the one that I just used, which is 323-953-4000. Please do not use that one, or the first name or the last name, because remember, again, this is just a made up name for the purpose of the video, to be very specific. Okay, so relationship. Of course, Rosita is John Smith's sister, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and choose sister and see where it is. Okay, sibling. And if you are providing someone else as like a parent or other children or neighbor or in-law, you're gonna have to, of course, choose any of the options that are available for you. And for mine, it's sibling, so I'm just gonna go ahead and choose sibling. Oops, okay. Now to go to number 8, are you interested in participating in a sport? If you are, please choose yes, and then if you are not, you're gonna have to click on no. For the time sake of the video, I'm just gonna click on no. And 8A is basically like a different, it's like the same question for number 8, because it is asking for sports. And if you did yes, if you clicked on yes, you're gonna have to click on all the sports that apply to you below. For example, if you wanna play basketball, you're gonna have to click on select and choose any of the options that you would like. And or if you would like to click on basketball, you're gonna have to click on basketball and choose any of the options that are available for you and that applies to you. And I'm gonna have to scroll down, and over here it's asking for number 9, and it is asking for basically the following questions are designed to determine if you qualify for the EOP&S program. And like I mentioned before, EOP&S is like a program where it offers you extra amount of money where you can purchase books from the LACC bookstore and offers available counseling for you. And if you qualify, you will receive further information by email. And there are 3 questions that it's asking you: A, B, and C. And basically, A is asking, was your high school grade point average GPA below 2.5? If it was below 2.5, please click on yes. If it was not, please click on no. And B, were you previously enrolled in remedial special educational / resource courses? Please choose your answer. And number C is what is the primary language spoken in your home? When you click on select, you're gonna have to choose any of the options that applies to you. And I'm gonna go ahead and click on English, but of course you're gonna have to choose any that applies just to you. And number 10 is asking for the CARE program. For example, there are again 3 questions that it's asking, which is A, B, and C. And A is, are you receiving cash aid, as in TANF, CalWORKs/GAIN, for your child and or yourself? And if you are, please choose your answer as in yes. If you are not, please click on no. And B is, are you a single head of household? Please choose your answer. And C is, do you have a child under the age of 13? Please choose your answer as in a yes or a no. And it's always better to carefully read all the instructions that are listed, like for example over here. And you're gonna have to read all this part to know the better answers and to find out more about the programs, and like over here, and also at the top for the EOPNS program, which is asking right over here. Please just make sure you always read the introductions to know better and to understand the questions better. Now I'm gonna have to click on save and go ahead and continue to the next one. Scroll down all the way and click on continue. And after I click on continue, we are almost halfway done. Okay, now I'm gonna have to review the application. Now to review the application, please carefully read the request for consent to release information. And after you read, you're either gonna choose I consent or I do not consent. And if you consent, please carefully read all of the following bullet points and make sure that you are choosing the correct answer for yourself, because it is very important that you always choose the right one after you, of course, read and carefully go through every sentence and, choose the right one, which is I consent or I do not consent. And the second part is going to be submit your application. Again, you're gonna have to read all of this part, and please do read because it is very important, because you're gonna have to click here where it says, by checking here, I, John Dave Smith, declare that, and you're gonna have to read all of the bullets, and you're gonna have to declare that, whatever it says on the page. For example, all of the information in that application pertains to me, and just stuff like that, that is shows that this is your application, and that you understand that falsification, withholding permanent data, or failure to report changes in residency may result in district action. So it is always better to go ahead and read all of the information that is listed over here. And of course, you're gonna have to read this part, these 3 bullet points as well. And you're gonna have to, after reading, of course, you either have to click on by checking here, I, John Dave Smith, acknowledge understanding that, and after reading, you're gonna have to choose and click on the bubble after reading the bullet points. And after you're done, you're gonna come right below here and click on where it says submit my application. After you submit application, you will receive a student ID number in 3 business days to the email where you provided on the OpenCCC application. Now remember, it does take 3 business days for you to receive your student ID number, which is only 9-digit number. So after you click on submit application, it is going to bring you to this page where it says confirmation, and it is always better to just take a picture of the confirmation page just for your own records, and it is always better to have it just in case for you, that shows that you completed the application and that your application was submitted. And that is basically it. And where it says continue your journey at Los Angeles City College, you're gonna have to click here, and you're gonna have to go ahead and wait for your student ID number in 3 business days. After you receive it, you're gonna have to go ahead and sign into your student portal and using your student default password. Again, thank you guys so much for watching us and listening and sticking with us for the application process. And again, Skye and I are very happy that we are helping you to fill out the application with us, and hopefully we did make it fun and simple. And just welcome and good luck in your career path.